Welcome to the new indie releases series. Each month, I'll scour through every indie release on Steam to bring you the 5 titles that I'm most excited about. These games will generally be RPGs, bullet hells, souls-likes, roguelikes, or lights. I'll also include games that may be heavily lacking in certain areas, but that I have very high hopes for. Let's get into it. Starting with the game I'm least excited about in the list of games I'm most excited about, we have a game called Louma, or Louma. I have no idea. This is a roguelite dungeon crawler that they classify as a roguelike, but it's a roguelite. After choosing your class, you'll explore a procedural dungeon where you'll encounter a variety of monsters, deadly traps, friendly NPCs, and treasure. Monsters get more fierce, traps become more prevalent, and treasure becomes more treasury the deeper you descend. Scaling in this game is done well enough other than the fact that the priest class is real broken. Seriously, you can repel enemies and heal at the same time. It's very OP. This game has a simple but solid game loop: fight monsters, get gold, and upgrade your sword so you can delve deeper. The animations are lacking, but the art is cute and cartoony and the style is consistent. This game is quite short and a few aspects need some work. It's unfortunate, but combat is where this game is lacking the most. The hitboxes, mostly on the boss, were not very accurate. You also attack in the direction your player is facing, not in the direction of your cursor, which turns the most important aspect of this game into something kind of clunky and laborious. It feels a little like Stardew Valley combat, but I suppose if you're used to that, this might not be a big deal. If the devs focus on refining combat and interactions and deepen some mechanics, this game will surely be worth any roguelite enjoyer's time, especially with its price of $0. Number 4 today clearly takes quite a bit of inspiration from Celeste, and really knows how to piss me off just as well as Celeste. Unphased is a precision platformer with small, challenging levels, a simple and satisfying color palette and graphics, and exceptionally refined movement and controls. I am not great at these games to begin with, so I struggled, but to those speed and challenge runners who are fans of the genre, or those who just want something to grind, for just $5 this is a great choice. There's also a demo if you aren't sure if this game is for you. The last game is number 3 on this list, and most certainly is not the last game. This is a bullet hell roguelite full of unique, engaging enemies, impactful choices, and combat that is intense and impressively polished. There is so much to unlock and discover. Each enemy type has a different attack pattern and a fair tell. Every choice you're presented with has the potential to change the course of your game. I literally killed myself in a shop by spending all of my health. I didn't think it would let me do that. At one point, all of my projectiles were mines, so I could just cover the battlefield and play defensively. The only downside, and this is just an opinion and not a dig on the quality of the last game, is that it's a twin-stick shooter, so you have to shoot with the arrow keys. There is an aim assist though that almost nullifies that negative. This game is an alpha and already has so much to offer, so this is certainly one to keep an eye on. For $3, I absolutely recommend the last game to anyone who's a fan of Enter the Gungeon or The Binding of Isaac. Number 2 on this list goes to Calcium Contract, a wacky, fast-paced boomer shooter that answers the question, what if OG Doom did more drugs in high school? Calcium Contract, I believe, just has you take control of death as you go around and murder strange entities, some with super direct attacks like humanoid chickens who just want to box, and some with abilities that are nothing short of bizarre on your mission to kill a creature that just didn't want to die. It's quite a ride. There's also a cool twist, or I guess you could really just see it as an accessibility setting where you are able to rewind time if you need or want to. It's like a quick save system that you don't really have to think about. It really feels a lot like OG Doom at its core, with the expected massive upgrade in terms of playability, and has a similar game loop of kill stuff and look for keys. $16 feels a bit steep, but I do think that if boomer shooters are your thing, this would make a fine addition to your library. The most exciting release this month has to be the Bloodline, which I've been following for a while. This sandbox RPG has seriously innovative and intriguing mechanics, and a beautiful low-poly world to explore as you fight baddies and level up your character. There are such a wide range of skills, from those expected in a decent RPG, like sneaking, enchanting, alchemy, and climbing. I love the climbing skill. It gives me that feeling of freedom I felt in Daggerfall with its climbing skill, or Morrowind with levitation. There are also really unique skills like geomancy, blood magic, even one for ragdolling. There's already tremendous depth to some of these systems, and they interact so nicely. Combat flows wonderfully, and it's fun coming up with ways to chain skills and spells to dispatch your enemies. The only major con for me is that this doesn't feel open world. The map is divided into fairly small regions. That likely won't be an issue for everyone because an open world with 0 loading screens was just an unfounded expectation I went in with. But I don't know, maybe an open world seems like a more appropriate place to experience these themes and systems. It breaks the immersion when I've just been in an intense battle of blades and magic, clearing a fort of goblins. Clearly, I'm growing stronger, and there's a deep sense of pride and accomplishment. I head off in a direction to reflect, to forge some ingredients, and decide which quest I should embark on next. I have a burning desire to delve into more ruins, learn all that I can about this world, while I forge the person I want to be. And then I hit a wall and a message pops up saying, press E to go somewhere else, completely halting gameplay. I'm aware that not every engine has decent options for level streaming, so dividing the world like this is a very understandable choice. There are smaller things like performance issues, random recurring bugs, menus are a tad bit clunky, and just the emptiness of some areas is hard to ignore. But this is an early access game, and it's wildly ambitious. The future of this game is extremely bright. With a solid base like this, I am so excited to see this game become a fleshed out piece of art. I'd love to go into greater detail on this, and there were a few games I wanted to include, but I'm gonna keep this video relatively concise. Perhaps I'll do some smaller videos dedicated to those that I skip, because I believe they deserve attention too. If you found any of these games interesting, please go check them out and show these devs some love. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more indie game content, and let me know if you have any thoughts, or if there are any games coming out next month that you think I should take a look at. My music and socials are in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.